Good to see you back. We hope you're enjoying this training, and please at any time send through your feedback. Remember, your knowledge and experience is important to us, and we welcome your ideas, comments and thoughts. So now we're going to cover some more traditional thoughts and skills when it comes to communication. We'll start with listening skills and how these are used to show another person you are listening, or more importantly, have received their message. We're going to go through some of these skills and how they can be of use to you as a peer supporter. This information is in your Puka Puka, your resource book.
So we have 6 skills that we're going to cover, and they are minimal encourages, clarifying, empathy, information seeking, self-disclosure, silence. Like anything new, these 6 skills might feel awkward at first, but by using and practicing them, it helps to improve them. We want to encourage the disabled person to tell their story and identify what they want support about. If you use these skills, you might help the person to explain more. They can also help you to check that you are understanding what the person is telling you.
So the first skill is minimal encourages. This means small words or gestures that let the other person know that you're listening. It's a small action that shows their message is received. They are things like a nod, a yes or Next, we have clarifying. This skill involves trying to get more specific information when you're not quite sure what the person means. For example, you might say, "Do you mean," or "Let me just check I understood." You might even have asked someone a clarifying question today. The third skill is empathy. Empathy is when you can understand and share the feelings of another person. As a peer supporter, you might show empathy by mentioning what you think the peer is feeling. If you're right about how the peer feels, it may deepen the feeling for them. For example, if you said, "When he didn't understand you, I guess you felt frustrated," the peer might say, "More than frustrated, I was really angry." This type of response shows you got the peer's feelings right and that you have shown empathy.
The fourth skill is information seeking. You can seek or look for information by asking questions. It is better to ask an open-ended question than a closed question. A closed question can usually only have a yes or no answer, but with an open-ended question, each person can give their own answer. So an example of an open-ended question might be, "What is your favourite colour?" An open-ended question offers people more choice in how they answer. A closed question, though, can close or shut down the conversation, which is not what we want. The same example as a closed question might be, "Is your favourite colour blue?" See how the answer would generally be yes or no? So asking open-ended questions is a better way to seek information. The fifth skill is self-disclosure. Self-disclosure is when you share some snippets or information about yourself with the other person. Peer supporters often use this skill as it can show people that you share similar experiences. It doesn't mean you are saying your way or your experience is the right way to deal with something. It just shows that you have a similar experience and how you dealt with it. Although you don't have to share the whole experience, you do not need to go into lots of detail, as this may take the conversation more towards you. Thinking about self-disclosure, an example of how you might ask is, "Yeah, something like that has happened to me too." A statement like that will show that you understand and that it is a way to let people know you have something in common.
The sixth and final skill is the use of silence. Warm silence can be comforting. Silence can offer time to just be in the company of someone who cares. People often rush in to fill the silence, but by filling in the silence, it doesn't give the person the time to think about their feelings, thoughts, or what you or they might want to say next. In a supportive conversation, silence or pauses will give people the space for all of these things. The use of silence doesn't mean stopping or shutting down the conversation. We certainly aren't saying silence should be 5 or 10 minutes of you both sitting there not saying anything. So the silence may be gauged by 1 or 2 slow breaths in and out, or you may count to 5 or 10, depending on how comfortable you are with the silence. It's a way of slowing down a bit and noticing when people might need a bit of extra time to think or feel. Silence can also encourage a nervous or anxious peer to share, as they may be the ones to fill the silence. It can be a very useful skill to use if used properly.
Yeah, that's a great skill that a lot of people struggle with. Let's face it, silence can be uncomfortable, right?
Absolutely.
But as we all know, practice makes perfect. So as we went through that list, was there one that you thought, yeah, I'm really good at that skill? Or maybe there was I might need to practice that skill.
And that's okay, as we're constantly developing our listening skills, and often it takes time to become comfortable and be able to use all of these skills. So that's all from us today, and we think this would be a great time for you to book in for your next group session to discuss and practice these skills. Until then, take care, and we look forward to moving on to the next main topic, which is number 4 out of the 5 main topics, and that's disability in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Bye.